Hey Eric, what's going on? We're going to Venice. You'll see why I try not to drive towards Venice before the sun sets, because you get it in your face for about 45 minutes. Huh. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I'm gonna be there. Hey Zach. Just trying to think. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Let me run inside real quick, guys. Do I have yucca? No, it's not very popular around here. Hold on a second. Okay. Yeah, they are pretty hardy. There's a lot of yucca that are actually really hardy that grow up in Utah and stuff. So leaving. I think I'm a little bit early even for the indie for Market Q and Daniel and Mercury. Okay, see you in a second. Well, it's not as bad. That sun. See how brutal that sun is? It's no fun to drive in. We have to head west. Because Venice is about 30 miles north and 20 miles west of here, essentially. Not, I mean, it's not exact measurements, but it's about 48 miles northwest of here as the crow flies. But a good portion of that time you have to drive. What's it called? Where's that little rickshaw they have? Is that thing even straight? I guess it is, somehow. Oh, yeah? Whoops. Ooh. No lights on. Can't see. Get blinded by that light. I'm actually just gonna wait for them. Four here. These things are getting all wrapped up in here. I'm gonna drive by a yard during the day that you guys have not seen before. Hi, Eric. I actually shipped to Canada. I have to say Canada today. I ship there relatively often now. Zach, I can't tell you the exact location, but it's off of Burnt Store Road. There actually aren't rare cycads there at that place. They're elsewhere, but they have some cycads. They're just not that rare. Hey, Simon, what's up, mate? That's not the way you should. That's like a mixture of American and British slang. Say how. Simon, I apologize for not getting back to your email. I didn't do anything today except for just pack seeds, and I had to do I had to write a few emails in other languages, so. I'm going to talk to Emma and see if she's just really shy. So obviously, you know, any 12-year-old girl's going to, I think that it would be good for her to talk to someone from outside the United States. God, see how, this is why I don't like driving until sunset. Because one, there's traffic, and two, the blinding light. You know, I think he'll be here by the time I don't know if I told my mom I wasn't going to make it tonight, but then I feel bad. I'm not sure what to do. Anyway, we'll figure it out. I got an hour and 15 minutes to figure that out, at least. I'm going to go see my sister and her boyfriend. Probably gonna get some Wawa there. I'm getting the Cuban stuff, but kind of leaning towards Wawa right now because when I get the Cuban food, I got to eat it right then and there. If I get Wawa, I get the salad. I can just put it in the fridge. Maybe get an apple fritter with it, real healthy. 3 weeks. Yeah, that's you know, Gary seems like a good guy. I bought some Liquawala Radula seed from him, I think, or is it no Radula and Dicyantha, both of which are relatively cold hardy, and now they're both Linonia actually. I don't know if Radula is Linonia or not actually, but anyway, the price is fair, and you know, he gave me some extra seeds, and they germinated a lot. Well, like my best experience germinating the koala. So koala's a tricky seed to germinate sometimes. I don't know. This the cop right here is a friend of Ashley's, and this used to be like the only house. Mazda 2. I don't think they sell that anymore. That's popular in Europe, though. $25-gallon saw palmetto. You know, you don't see them that big in pots that often because a lot of times they get sold as smaller plants. You know, I don't know anyone like offhand that has them in that size, like 15 to 30 gallon. I know there are nurseries that do have them. What this is, but it's something that the left side of me is supposed to be like deeded towards like farmland, but it's not. Jacob, what part of are you in Florida? Yeah. You have a 25-gallon Majesty up there in Tennessee. It doesn't make for a bad indoor plant, although I can think of many better ones, so. I wish I had more editing skills. I could kind of like do more. I don't know, I could just do more with it, I guess. Oh, you're in Naples, okay. You know, you're only about 35, 40 miles away from me. Let me see what I can find around here. Find it. I'll let you know. And I could, yeah, I know what you mean. A lot of times instant privacy is needed when you live in Florida. So there are some nurseries further north that do sell them. I gotta do a little bit of research, but let me. If you want to send me an email so I remember it, it's Faulkner's Palms, like FAULKNERS, and then Palms LLC@gmail, and I'll get back to you about that. I'll do a little bit of research because I know that there's some nurseries up near where my sister lives that may have some, and I could like throw it in the back of my truck. You see all the Australian pines. This place someone decided to throw it down like 40 years ago, where they knew how like invasive it could be, and now we got. I mean, it's kind of cool. It's like a forest. At least people don't build in it, but. Is that truck for sale? Dock supplies. No. Yeah, it is a. There's always good sundowns out here. What's going on, Alex? Haven't seen you in a little while. This is why I don't like driving towards the sunset. That's why I wait until sun usually. But I'm going to bring you guys, like I said, to this one place real quick on my way up there. Hey, what's up? Yeah, so Sable Etonia is a little bit bigger of a plant as far as on average. It has a bigger seed. It has more folded leaves. It doesn't have that big split in the middle of its fan leaf. It has a split. It's not a big one. So there's not a lot of differences, but it's a little bit bigger, beefier plant. but it is kind of like another plant to collect. Like Sable Miamiensis is. And boats for sale. I don't want the boat. I want the truck. I can look for that too. Again, it's one of those plants that this aren't as used. They are not used as much, but they're around. If I had known all these things, I had. That's another gas. There's 2 mobile stations that just popped up in the past like 3 months. This place is turning into like Miami. It's driving me crazy. Just give me a second. And away we go. Where veterans ends and burnt store begins. It's not too different. The problem is people will sell them to you as a certain species, but finding a coconut variety, you really have to know who you're dealing with, in my opinion. A lot of people will sell something as, you know, a true 100% species, and it's so hard to do. I mean, there's some qualities of a dwarf coconut that can be shown like at a 3-gallon stage. And if you can find those qualities in like a 3-gallon plant, such as like entire leaflets, like very webbed and held together, Fiji dwarfs are going to be like an orange to copper color. I knew getting behind this Audi was going to be a bad idea. Oh, please tell me you're turning left. No, you're just not. Rodeo Junction. No, I don't know where that is. I'm never passing this guy because of the traffic, so I'm just gonna have to like take it on the chin here. Come on, man. No, he's not drunk. He's either like there's just a lot of drivers that are just unaware of their surroundings. Florida especially. You just have, you know, you have people who just don't care, or they're just, I mean, I've seen people like, I've driven with them along like side for 5 miles, like stoplight to stoplight, and I've never seen them once look at the road. So I mean, I've been known to like, you know, press a few buttons while I'm driving, but I don't sit there and like text novels to people when I'm driving. But I think there's a little bit of a difference going on. I forgot it's 2 lanes here. We're good. This used to be just 2 lanes the entire way, and it was brutal. I would give him a bumper tap too if I had the right bumper for it. If this were a real truck, if I had a Jeep, I like giving those love taps. My truck of choice? Well, right now I just have my Honda Ridgeline, which technically isn't a truck, but I bought it because it pulls 5,000 pounds. If I were to get a full-size vehicle, I mean, I'd probably get a GMC. Like, I probably would not get a Dodge just because I've had friends that had Dodges and seem to have the most problems. Ford seems to have like in the middle, and Chevy seems to have the least problems. Also talked to like, come on, dude, you're not getting in my lane, not this time. Forget about it. You're not getting. What a fucking asshole. And he slows down. I swear to God. We get side by side. You might want to close your ears. Huh? Oh, that could have been a fist fight. Trust me. He gave me a stare down when I drove past him. He was paying no attention to the speed limit or anything. And then as soon as I try and pass him, he just speeds up and then he slows back down on me. Not cool. Yeah, luckily the vaping kind of takes care of it. I know it might be hard to kind of see like relative speed, but I was doing like 55, which is, the speed limit's 50 here. And I was trying to get up like closer to 60 and you know, he realized his exit was coming or whatever, and he just decided to speed up, didn't want to slow down for get behind me or anything. I would have slowed down. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. This is not what, I'm sure you guys don't. If you guys want to watch a road rage vlog, I'm sure you could. Nah, this guy wasn't 90. He was probably like 45, 50. He just didn't care. There's just people out there that just know better, but just don't care. So yeah, I know. I mean, I want the drive to be interesting. I just don't want to get this thing into an accident. And that place has been abandoned for like 10 years. I've seen there's 2 foxtails out front. They were going to build a subdivision. Then obviously the economy went in the tank. Yeah, it's just one of those things where you can't really do a lot about. I like Audis and I like the Q7s and the A7s, but sometimes I feel like those guys feel like when they buy, you know, $80,000, $90,000 vehicles, they have a license to be an asshole, like it's part of their job, owning the vehicle. BMWs tend to have that moniker attached to them. Yeah, so the Fiji dwarfs, you know, I know some places that sell plants as Fiji dwarf. If you want to send me an email, I'll see what I can find. Again, I have access to like a wholesale database, and if I can find it for you, I'll let you know. Yeah, Alex, I forgot, where do you live again? Do you live in Germany? Oh yeah, Tijuana, yeah. I remember, I think you live in Germany. This is the problem with the shipping coconuts. It's a tedious task. The USDA does not like it. I don't think they mind if they go out of the country, but when they come in the country, you're probably better off shipping some sort of drug. They will come to your house. They're so afraid of lethal yellowing. My sister keeps on messaging me. I gotta figure that out. Yeah, California is a real pain. I've never, I mean, knock on wood, I've never had a shipment seized going to California, but I've had friends that have. Like the California Department of Ag calls up and be like, you're on a list now, people that can't ship things to California. He's like, whatever, and click. I don't know if any of you have driven into California from another state, but they have they call it the fruit Nazis. Have they? Okay. Where when you're driving into California, they ask you, do you have anything to, like, it's basically like its own country. They make you declare anything, and it's like a border patrol protection thing, and it's kind of like, I mean, it's borderline unconstitutional, but Right, so we are cruising along here. We're gonna look, see if we can find ourselves some seed. So if we do, I'm gonna drive back to that Dollar General and pick up some plastic bags that I did not bring with me. Sweet. There's nothing. The problem is I don't only have to go half a mile. It's not even worth passing this guy because it opens up in half a mile. But when you're doing 40 and a 55, it just you want to see me get some road rage. Sorry, guys. But yeah, about the coconuts. Let me see what I can do. Send me an email if you can get it shipped to San Diego. Great. I actually have one of the biggest problems I have is shipping stuff to Mexico. I ship seeds there, but I kind of give a fair warning that I don't know when they're going to arrive or how they're going to arrive, because everything I send there just seems to kind of disappear. I've had better luck shipping stuff to like Israel, not Israel, but just, dude, just turn already. Oh, now I can smell it. I don't know if you guys remember if you guys watched the last vlog, but we drove the dump, and the dump's about like 4 miles northeast of here, and I can smell it from here. Looks like it's gonna rain. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's not ashy this time. Only in the bed at 2 o'clock in the morning when I'm actually trying to go to sleep. My email, Alex, is Faulkner's Palms LLC at Gmail. Okay. I don't have other people in the car. Check out the color on that sunset. Wow, they must have had a lot of built up gas if that's what happened. I'm no stranger to built up gas. Yeah, that insurance fraud will get you. This neighborhood's kind of weird. It's in the middle of nowhere, but it's a subdivision and it has like decent houses in it. But it's not filled up, as you can see. I'm sure it will get filled up. It's one of those areas that still hasn't been built up yet, but it's not. There's no water access, even though the sound is like a quarter of a mile from here. There's like a creek right here that goes right into the. But you can't like take a boat. I mean, I guess you could take like a flats boat maybe with no gas motor, maybe a trolling motor. I think it dries up a decent amount of the year. People that Norfolk Island Pine have no idea what kind of pain they're in for. Right here, I don't think anyone's home. I'm just gonna see if there's any seat available. So it's out front. No, I haven't seen that. Big philens or some Sadakentia here. There's a Sadakentia flowering. Kenniopsis flowering. Oh, no seed to speak of. It's not the time of the year. I'm sure you guys have great sunsets as well. Do you live, Alex, do you live closer to like downtown Tijuana, or do you live closer to like Ensenada, that area? There's a very ragged looking coconut. So this whole thing could be houses, but it's not. This one guy built a house here. East side. Because like Tijuana itself is actually not on the water, right? Yeah. A lot of people creep by this house, this place. I'm told. I mean, I've worked here. Yeah. I tell them not to cut any of the flowers off because I want to collect the seed. But then, you know, when you get a landscaper come by, they just want to chop everything. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think I should go see my mom, or should I go straight to like my sister's house and see her tomorrow? Yeah, I think you guys are right. I don't think anyone would say, don't go see your mom. Marine layer. Yeah. Go see your mother. Yeah, I think I could probably get back on stream for a little bit afterwards if you guys want, or if not, it'll probably be like 7:40 by the time I get to my mother's. No, that's fine. I understand what most words in German mean. I tried to learn a little bit of German. I can't speak it, but if someone's writing it out and I see it, I can kind of understand what it is. Oh, Dylan, you're here. Sorry, I didn't. Hey, Dylan. Yeah, bald cypress grows in most of the southeast. It's basically like a zone 7B and up plant. I mean, I've seen it in South Carolina. I've seen it. I haven't seen it in Tennessee, but it grows basically anywhere like along the Mississippi and eastward, all the way down into here. When it grows all the way down into the Everglades. How you doing? How far have you gotten in Resident Evil, Dylan? I was gonna bring it with me, then I realized it was gonna take up my whole time if I did, so I just. I started playing. I finished Leon's story. I started playing Claire's story. Console. I play on the PS4, so I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure it's a great PC game too. Yeah, there's Bald Cypress. Probably it's a Zone 7B-ish plant. Oh, you finished it up? Yeah. The only thing I didn't like about it was like it wasn't long enough. But then again, it's a remake of a 20-year-old game that wasn't meant to be that long. So. I haven't seen all the extras. I've seen a few things. I didn't buy like the extra edition or anything. The person in front of me in line bought that, like the deluxe collector's edition. It's like $100. It definitely was like a lot of money for her too. I just couldn't tell because she's like, oh, I really want to get it, but oh, I've heard about that. What does that mean? Is that like the hardest level? Yeah, this part of Florida is completely flat. If I do a live stream, I drove from here to Miami, which I might do next time I go there, I will hit 0 hills. Just got splattered with sand. What the? Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. Why why is it called Fourth Survivor? And you like because I know there's normal, assisted, and hardcore. I mean, I beat it on normal, but is it like a few levels? I can't imagine. I saw YouTube videos for it. Yeah. The only mountains you get are ones that they make to keep people from seeing the big road that they live next to. I mean, my mom in Sarasota, when she lived in Sarasota, she lived probably at least a mile and a half of the interstate, but you could still hear. Okay. Yeah, actually there's some massive trash mountains. I was gonna bring the drone up here, but I didn't know where I could fly it besides my sister's. Just where I want to fly it on the beach is next to the airport, and I don't have it registered, so yeah, I'd definitely recommend getting Resident Evil 2. I want to get a good perspective, but then at the same time, I did get a video on it. I only counted on being here for a day, but we'll see. Yeah, back before, I don't know, 5 years ago, there were no drone laws. People were flying drones in front of, like, you know, in front of police windows at police stations. There's nothing they can do about it. Yeah, I think all you need to do is register it with the FAA, but I don't really fly mine above the tree line or fly like far away, and it's not near an airport. I don't encounter anyone give me a problem. Oh, the gas mask guy. The gas mask guy. Where does? I'm trying to think who that is. Who was the gas mask guy? Is that the guy that's hanging? That's like, is he in the police station? I don't know. Yeah. Okay, I didn't realize they were that cold hardy. That's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, they collected a little over 4,000 seed. I'm actually on Burnt Store. I'm meeting a 41 here in just a second. They are, Zach, they're considered a class 2 invasive, meaning that they're found outside of habitat, like in the middle of nowhere, but they're not invasive to the point where they're taking over natural vegetation. There are no class 1 invasives are like Melaleuca, carrotwood, Brazilian pepper. Those take over native habitats, but there are no class 1 invasive palm species in Florida. But the ones on class 2 are Chinese fans, Phoenix reclinata, you know, the Senegal date, Queens, Washingtonias. I think that's it. Or maybe not. Yeah, they are overplanted, and the reason that they are is because they're so cheap. You know, fast-growing, you know, cold hardy fan palm that gets tall. People, I mean, they're $5 a foot wholesale here, so yeah, kudzu is definitely, and it's in a class of itself. The Brazilian pepper is pretty bad too. I've seen they've made some pretty good measures to cut back on like this. There's all right here on the right. This stuff here, and they chop that all away. I mean, it's really hard to just eradicate it. Looks like it's raining there's a small chance of rain. It drizzled a little bit a couple hours ago. Yeah, there's some really nice. If you give a Washingtonian a little bit, like a little bit of shade, and you feed it well and everything, then it's a great plant. But when they're ragged ones and they're dropping leaves from 40 feet and they're come on, give me the green. $10 for $1,000. Oh my God. I'm in the wrong area. I mean, I know it costs a lot to ship them out here from here in permits, but that's a lot of money for that plant. Would loaded on a truck here in Florida is worth about $100. Nice. It got up to 89 degrees up in the Sarasota area to this area, and then it was kind of cloudy in Cape Coral. It only got up to about 82 or so, 83. But it almost hit 90 in a couple areas of Florida today. I would like some apocalyptic rain. Now I don't have to rain. I don't have to water my plants. Yeah, making those lights. Whoa, buddy. Jeez. Like, there's no lights or anything, dude, just coming across the road. It's hard for me to see because, like, I mean, I know my window's tinted a little bit, so it's a little harder, but it's just real sketchy doing that on 41. 11 people, yeah. We're in those double digits. The blue lights actually are sensors to determine if... Alright, you guys still here? Oh, come on, people. You guys still with me? I have no idea what happened. The stream didn't even freeze on comments and everything, but the stream was running on my end. So I don't know what happened there. Like, I'm not in like a bad reception area. My phone is perfectly charged. Oh my God. There we go. Hope everyone gets back here. Probably was the Russians. looks like it's raining, like ahead of me. It's hard to tell. It looks like foggy at least, but I feel like I'm gonna hit some rain here. Yeah, no, it wasn't a phone call or anything. What is this, fog? Excellent. There we go. That's some perfect driving. Weird. It looks like it's raining or foggy, but there's nothing coming down. So it is what it is. Hey, Mercury. That 37, yeah, that's rough. I don't know if it's ever really. It's gotten up there. I think 37 might be a record for. Dude, don't just cut me off. Fuck me. Yeah, it's possible. Wawa will eventually make an appearance. Maybe I'll live stream with my sister later on. Would you guys want to see my sister is much more engaging than Ashley is. I'll give you that. I'll tell you guys that. Maybe we'll go to Winn-Dixie. She wants to grill some stuff. So maybe I can live stream with her, and she'll be a talkative character. She'll even tell you guys a few stories that I'm not. Oh, look, it's the police. Hello. Wawa's a good. I mean, that's not even. What's that? Punta Gorda police. It's not even a sheriff. It's it's not their jurisdiction. So I'm not gonna get worried about getting pulled over unless I do something really bad. What? Oh yeah, it's the city of Punta Gorda. Is that his bumper that's messed up? He just has a wraparound. So right around this area, back in 2004, I drove by a road intersection. I found a Jubea-Butia hybrid. Coolest thing ever. Someone told me about it. And then Hurricane Charlie came, and then it wasn't there after that. So I only assume that it killed it. Because this place took an almost direct hit on Hurricane Charlie. This whole area, all the way up to like, essentially once you got to Northport, it started getting a little bit, like the next town over, it started getting less damage, and then it was okay in Venice. They didn't even lose power. I can show you like how like 10 miles can make such a difference. Oh, there's a Wawa truck. That was the 18-wheeler that was coming through. Interesting. Oh, James, what's going on? It is drizzling now. Yeah, Wawa tends to kind of hit the areas that aren't like held up by. Oh, they did kind of give racetrack a run for their money, which they're basically going to run racetrack out of Florida if this keeps up. But they aren't. There's no Wawas in Miami. It's more of like a southern. I mean, like an East Coast Mid-Atlantic thing, Mid-Atlantic and Southeast, from what I can tell. Like they go all the way up into Pennsylvania and New Jersey, but they stop after that. They're not in the Northeast. They're south of New York City, but not north of it, or inside New York City that I've seen. It's meant to be like a larger, like all-in-one gas station. So anywhere that's like densely populated, they tend to not be. They don't tend to do very well. Yeah, we'll have a cup of tea. You guys would like having my sister on the stream. I didn't even think about that. My sister and her boyfriend, if he's off of work, but he works for Sprint. So Sister's getting off work at 7 o'clock. So my sister is classy but shameless at the same time. So oh, just made it. Yeah, I haven't seen them. I haven't seen them in like Texas before. I don't know if they are there now, but there's another one of those adult suits. There's one of those in Venice too. So this place used to be, I forget, it used to have some other name, the Jack and Jill adult store in Venice back in the day. And I remember going there a couple times, and like there's this fence, but it like didn't do a good enough job, like because Venice was used to be a small town, and you would know who was at the store, but I guess they kind of gave up on like trying to keep you anonymous. Yeah, there's Valeros all over the South. I'm not sure exactly where they're from, but they are in Miami. They're around like a lot of. I don't see them a lot like in North Florida. They're probably there, but there's a lot in South Florida. They're usually the better deal when it comes to gas. Like for example, if gas is like say it's $2 a gallon here in Miami, it'll be like usually the price of super here is the price of regular in Miami, but then it just goes up. If you're in downtown Miami, you're gonna pay like $2.50 a gallon. If you're in Miami Beach, you're gonna pay almost $3 a gallon. Yeah, so Valero sounds like it's a southern thing. I never saw them until I moved down here. They weren't in Virginia. Oh, you guys have Wawa there? Yeah, that sounds about right. Does anyone? I used to work at a full-service gas station. Does anyone have full-service gas stations where you live? I don't know if they exist in Australia. You do have them? Because I used to, they're more of a New York, New Jersey thing, or northern thing. But I remember my mom's friend was too lazy to pump her own gas, and they charged her an extra 10 cents a gallon. But well, it's kind of outdated. But in New York, you can choose full service or self-service. I used to pump gas for a little. Well, I used to work at the Marine. We used to pump boat gas too. But all right. Sorry, guys. If that happens, just know that I'll always reboot it, or I will 99% of the time. So if it freezes up, did it freeze up on you guys? Because last time it did not freeze up on me, but it did on you guys, I guess. I'm not sure why. Okay. Yeah, yeah, here we go. Just go from the turn lane to the... Shocking, he's not from around here. Oh, nice. You gonna do the 18 hours, like no stops? Like one day? It's pretty brutal, but I've driven from Vermont to Florida pretty much nonstop. I mean, I slept in the back of the car for a few hours, tucked in between all the suitcases. Actually, it wasn't that bad. I don't think I'd do that again, though. I probably would stop once, at least. Yeah, I've done a lot of long runs in my life, whether it's Louisiana, Texas, Vermont, New York, Virginia. I once delivered some plants to a client in Pensacola with my ex-girlfriend, and I had a Hyundai Veloster, which is, you know, like basically like a two-door, basically a coupe. It has a third door in it, which is, it's kind of weird, but I had two sidecats in the back, and we drove from basically like Naples all the way to Pensacola. It was like 11 hours, and we left at, I don't know, I'm going to say we left 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. At like 3 o'clock in the morning, I was like, we just pulled into a Holiday Inn parking lot and just slept for a few hours. And I paid $185 for a hotel room in Pensacola. That's an old geezer. It's your first long road trip. Just, if I can give you any advice on a long road trip, just if you think that you can't drive any longer, pull over. Trust me, it's scary, because I've tried to pull through on a lot of, like, I did like a round trip between Richmond and Long Island, Virginia, and Eastern Long Island and back in one day, and I was back to Baltimore, and I was like, I only got two and a half more hours, and I just pulled over in what appeared to be a safe neighborhood, and just fell asleep on that, my fake Mercedes leather and my old turbo diesel. I mean, I miss that car. I really want another one, but they've kind of jumped up in price. Yeah, rusty brakes is like one of the worst things ever to have to work with. Sometimes I have to use like a sledgehammer and a 2x4 to kind of pop them out. The calipers can lock up. All the bolts are rusted. Luckily, the only rust that kind of happens is surface rust here in Florida, just from the sun fading. Yeah, especially if you're riding through like the mountains there on 75. You know, if you're cutting through Tennessee and Kentucky, or probably more Tennessee and Georgia. I don't know what the fastest route is. Maybe it goes through Alabama. I don't know if you take 55, no, 55, 65 or 75, but one of my closest poker friends is from north side of Chicago, or more west. I forget the town, but he was driving up there, and Ventura, Raymond. I don't know. When am I coming to LA? I should come to LA. You mean as in Los Angeles, not Louisiana? Or are you talking about Louisiana? Man, this guy almost clipped my bumper. There's no chance of you getting ahead of me, buddy. There's zero chance. Don't even try it. Go somewhere else. This guy to my right here. Literally see him almost hit my tailgate. People drive like 20. Yeah, you're right on my ass. You better back the fuck off, dude. Better back off. You better back off. You're gonna get brake checked again. Learn. Oh boy. Guys, you might have to see the monster come out at me. I'm getting tailgated by this ancient minivan. I can feel it. Just like when I flop a set in poker. Oh look, he backed off a little bit. I can actually see his headlights now. Yeah, my handbrake is actually a foot brake. I wish I had a fake brake light hitter. My buddy had that on his Volvo. He'd press a button and it hit the brake lights. He's not trying to go around me or anything. There's no road rage. He just isn't driving very well. Oh, you don't even know, man. It's not something you want. I almost want to kill the live stream because of the things that will be said. I'm not shy as talking to strangers when it comes to them tapping my bumper. I've already gotten hit by a drunk driver before, so It's hard enough driving here sober. He's not following me or anything. He just tailgating me. I will let it out. Now he's just tailgating the guy that I would just went by. So, and now, okay, he's turning. Oh, and this guy's speeding up, so I can't get. Sorry. When the traffic gets this ridiculous. That was like a family. Okay. At least they're turning left. Yeah. It's huge. Oh, man. See, I'll give you guys a little bit of insight. So in the world of poker, you know, for those who haven't played, if you play badly and something bad happens, or say you played well and something bad happens, you just have bad luck, or you just take a beating. It's called, oftentimes, you know, your mental state goes downhill, and it's called going on tilt. So, like, if someone is tilted, that means that they're making irrational decisions, or they're just, you know, upset and they want to start playing. They start playing worse because they're upset. So, oh, that Camaro, yeah, I saw that Camaro. I was thinking if that was the same body style. I'm sure it's pretty close. I'm actually gonna make it just in time to see my mom for Jeopardy, so I'm gonna definitely go see my mother. Yeah, the red one, yeah. I had a red Camaro. It was 1983, though. It was 4-speed, 4-cylinder. And the suspension was so bad, I had two of my bigger friends. Moudre. Oh, yeah. Okay. I thought you were trying to say I'm moody. I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of upset. My mom doesn't think that I'm coming to see. I mean, she knows I'm coming up here, but I told her I was going to see her tomorrow, which I will too. But we got the Chipotle. We got the First Watches. I don't know if you guys have those up there, up north. No, my mom hasn't really learned how to use YouTube Live. She can use YouTube and stuff, but she doesn't tend to. Her phone kind of sucks. It's not like the best phone to watch it on, and her reception isn't the best either, because the facility doesn't. I mean, my phone doesn't run as well on her. It's just the metal in there. That's the kind of truck I'd probably buy right there, but I get a double cab. Oh, this is the right turn only situation. I'm not going to cut off this Corvette because I have respect for it. Oh, that's a sexy vehicle there. There's not a lot of like American sports cars that I would like to buy, but I wouldn't mind one of those. You mean the Walmart neighborhood markets? Is that what you're talking about? The ones that don't have like they're more of like a grocery store sack. I need to make another vlog. I'm gonna probably make one tomorrow. No, I don't think there was a coconut that I passed. There aren't a lot of coconuts here in Northport. It's just a little too chilly to have to get them. Oh yeah, they're all over Smitty Knickerbocker. Hell yeah. Yeah, they're all over Inglewood and Venice, but like Northport is because it gets a little bit too chilly to get some like, you know, real tall ones. I haven't seen like a real big coconut. I might have seen one once or twice, but Sharky's definitely has all their coconuts there. I was there for New Year's. My sister, and actually one of my live streams was actually, I think I put it live. Did I live stream from Sharky's? You guys remember? That one guy, it doesn't take that long. Just, you mean planting it in the ground? From planting in the ground, how long does it take to like steady itself? I would say like one summer season. You know, then you have it's definitely in the ground, and then, I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen some of the root structures on coconut, older ones, but they're just like anchored in there. That's why, like, even you see pictures of the 2004 tsunami and where it hit in Indonesia, like there's nothing left except for there's just some coconuts left. They took the beating. I've never seen them get damaged at Sharky's, even in 2010. They may have like gotten a little stressed out, but it is right there in the water. But the thing was, it was so chilly everywhere, it was really hard to not get, you know, at least some kind of like stunted growth, I guess. I'll give you an idea. In 2010 and 2011, I lost 2 coconuts. I only had 2. I had 3 Vechias. They all died. All my Carpentarias. This is in Venice. All my Carpentarias died. I had an Actinoritis calaparia, which I've never done a vlog on, but I haven't seen a bunch of them. I had one growing well in the yard. It kicked it. I had a Borassus and a Corypha that were still kind of on the ground. They're not very frost hardy, and they got beat by the frost. They turned brown, but they grew back. I had an Aringa Westerhudii that burnt but grew back. What else did I have? My Royals were fine. I had a teddy bear triangle hybrid that was perfectly fine. That's never going to be a problem. I'm going to hit 28.5 once, and I hit 31 twice, and then I didn't get above 60 for like 6 days. And I probably wasn't above 70 for almost 2 weeks. It's 77 right here. It's warm. But in '89, I've heard some terrible stories. Like in Miami, I saw half the coconuts in Miami died. Pygmy dates were fried. What else fried? Latanias, almost all of them died. I've never seen so much Latania death. The problem is they get stressed out, and then the palmetto weevil gets to them because they like them as much as they like Bismarckia. So right in front of that motel sign, there were 3 like 20-foot adenidias, and they all died in that freeze. I had to have been there since the 80s at least. There were some 25-footers in Clewiston fried to death. The Royals were fried in Clewiston too, which is like unheard of. All right, we're back up to a good speed. In fact, I got here faster this time, even though I left, like I crossed the bridge at the same time as, I don't know, about the same time. So I'm going to be on for about another 10 or 12 minutes, so probably around 7:20 is when I'm going to get there. And then, I don't know what's going to go on my sister. If she doesn't want to go out anywhere and get some stuff, then I'm not going to live stream her at her house. It's going to be kind of weird, but I wish I still did live streaming back when I did, when I had the RV, when I was staying at my sister's. Did you guys ever notice that I wasn't in Cape Coral for about 6-7 months, like living there? 8 cups, Italy. She's got 7 puppies. She's quite the dog lover. Yeah, I'm sure she has 8 cups. She would drink tea if she knew that, you know, it was the right thing to do. Okay. Sometimes the AC up a little bit. Yeah, but it's a warm night here. 76 at 7 o'clock is warm in the middle of winter. I don't mind Sagos, which are actually cycads, if they are free of scale. There are some types of cycas, which are all the ones that get the scale, that do not get it. It smells like there's a fire going on. Yeah, I've got some. I only have one species of cycas. I have Cycas multifidana, which this guy going to be going? I don't know. He's turning here. Oh, there's people. Fair enough. Is it just a, oh, is this a U-turn? Okay. So this is one of the coolest areas in the area. It's still 76 here, so that's saying that I think the low is gonna be 68. Let's see here. Yeah, I have some cycads. I'm actually selling them all off. I sold about half of them last week, and then I think the other half are going to be sold by the end of the month. I find in general that cycad enthusiasts are not the same, like, they're not as inviting as a palm enthusiast. A palm enthusiast loves to have you come see their, invite people, invite groups over, but you don't have, like, cycad doesn't have, like, Cycad societies don't really have invitations to go to people's gardens because everyone's so afraid of like theft and envy and all that sort of thing. You have to get privately invited. It's a club whose membership I've never been a member of the Cycad society. A lot of them are very cool. I got to be mentored with them, and it was really, definitely I don't regret it at all. It's just I've had to deal with a lot of like BS. I've had people steal my cycads. I've had people just complaining about nothing when it comes to like Napa. Is that North American Palm Association? Plant Association? I'm not, if I've never heard of no, I find that the plant societies I belong to are more like members. Napa Auto Parts. I belong to people who love palm trees and exotic plants. Cycads, buy, sell, trade, rare palm lovers, International Palm Society, Planet Palm, Planet Cycad. I mean, they should all just be like one kind of, but Planet Palm is probably the biggest form I'm a member of. Yeah, I was going to ask you that, East Coast. Do you have a like a landscape or a consulting business? If you guys like dogs, bringing my sister on the stream would probably be fun too. She's got a lot of puppers, including some interesting breeds that you would probably have never heard of. I had never heard of them until she got them, and she didn't realize she was getting them. And they're all shelter dogs, but they're clearly like a certain breed. Yeah, Daniel, I think that eventually the main problem with that is it'll look a little bit weird. the main problem is going to be there's going to be like rodent that they're going to hide there. Obviously, you live in a more arid climate, so any kind of rodents or insects are going to hide from the or just getting hit. I need to move somewhere further north and work with windmills. Now, I'll probably do a live stream. Oh, that's cool. There's probably a lot of good clientele there in central and eastern Jersey, I imagine. I wish I could make my own master course for palms, but I don't think it would sell very well. The Palm House. No, I've been in Brevard. I've been to FIT, their garden, and I've been to, Cocoa Beach. I haven't been a whole lot in southern Brevard. I've driven along like where Patrick Air Force Base is, but I haven't been to like all the private gardens in like Grand and Mico and Sebastian. I think Sebastian's actually in Indian River County, but yeah, there's a lot of lawyers and doctors. My aunt used to live in Toms River, so I know the area, Pine Beach area. Yeah, that's what FIT is. It's in Melbourne. They have actually a pretty cool garden. It's not like a lot of rare stuff, but it's well grown, and it kind of makes the place feel like a lot like a rainforest. I actually did a talk there about 9 years, almost 10 years ago now. Yeah, we're gonna make it to Mom on time. That's good stuff. A list of where you want to go to school. So yeah, just a couple more minutes, guys. I'm at the I don't think Canary Island dates are going to live long term in Virginia Beach. There's just a few too many Arctic cold fronts that are going to hit that area. I could see them living in Cape Hatteras because of that, just those ultimate lows just not getting that low. I know it's so rare to get below like 20 in Cape Hatteras. That's really where the Canary Island days will start to go downhill. And I know it can. I've seen Norfolk get to 15 before. 15's pretty devastating on a Canary Island date. I don't know if it's devastating, but it definitely causes some damage. Right. I did not think I was going to make it. Don't mind if I do, though. I'd actually bring this camera into my sister's house and kind of like start messing with her, like asking her questions, but she's not really a fan of like, her house is more clothing optional when she gets off of work, so I mean, not to the point of like naked, but I'm actually staying over here tonight, so I'm gonna try and get on a little bit later. 5-foot windmill for $400. Listen, I'll find you some 5-foot windmills and sell them here for $500 or $400. Hello, McFly. What are we doing here? I got people to see. Jesus. Killing me here. Yeah, 2 or 3 degrees. I mean, that's gonna kill pretty much everything except for needles and miners. Probably destroy palmetto pretty badly. Yeah. Drives like my father. Uh-oh. That's an ambulance going into my mom's place. But it's not, it does not seem to be in any hurry, so it's always a positive. So it went from 76 to 73, but it's not like it's cold out. I don't think it's getting much below 70 tonight. The room that I stay in at my sister's is more susceptible to the elements. It seems to never cool down enough in the summer, never stay warm enough in the winter. I try and stay there when it's like in between. She's not like a fan of air conditioning either. I mean, she uses it, but... Alright guys, so I'm here now, so I'm going to say my goodbyes because I got to kind of jump out, make it to Jeopardy on time. I could imagine there's some coconuts there. But yeah, I'm going to try and get back online. It'll probably be like 8:30-ish, maybe a little bit earlier. I'm going to see if my sister's around, what she wants to do for dinner. And we'll go from there. But yeah, I'm here now, and I've got to get in there by 7:30. Because my mom loves watching Jeopardy with me. Alright, have a good night, East Coast. See you, Zach. See you, Dylan. Maybe I'll see you guys later, maybe not. Either way, thanks for watching. I do not trust parking. Oh, there's that Tesla Model X. I have no problem parking next to that thing. Although it's not the P90 Ludicrous. I'd still take it. Alright. You don't see many of those around. I mean, they're around in Sarasota, but I don't see them in Cape. I don't see any Teslas in Cape Coral. I totally rocked that Model X though. Oh, what was that? Alright, see you guys. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll be back on in a little bit.